Welcome to the next session, in which we will cover two main areas. First, we will learn how to get in R and Excel the key descriptive statistics, that is, the key measures of central tendency and the key measures of dispersion. Second, we will learn how to conduct some basic variable manipulation. That means how to put the data into a shape in which we can better analyze and interpret them. We will start by downloading the dataset and the accompanying R script from the Moodle site and save both into your working directory. In my case, it will be a directory called class 5 on my desktop. I would now suggest that you open your RStudio and create a new R script by clicking on the icon with the green plus sign. As you can see, you can also open a new R script with the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Shift+N for new. Now you can type your code here. You can also open, if you would like, the accompanying R script you have just downloaded from Moodle and use it for help. I would suggest, nevertheless, that you try to do as much as you can on your own without this help of the R script file. This way, you will not just run pieces of code written by me, but you will have to write some code on your own, which is a good practice. As we should always do at the beginning of any R session, we first define the working directory by assigning the path to our preferred folder to a new object called, for example, dir for directory. When creating new names, such as this one, remember that R is case sensitive and that you should always use just the basic English alphabet letters, plus numbers and some basic characters, such as the underscore. When defining the path, do make sure you identify the correct drive on your computer, in my case C, and that you use the forward slashes rather than the backward slashes. It may be obvious, but you need to change the path in your R script on this line into the one you actually use on your computer. Set WD with dir in brackets will then set the new working directory. Choose the name with which you would like to call the data we are about to import, or in fact which I've already imported as I see here. And I will call the dataset exporters because it contains information about the major world exporters as we have already seen. But you may call it whatever you want, for instance, my_favorite_data or whatever you like. So now you can import the dataset with the already familiar command read.table. Just do make sure you identify as the first option the exact name of the dataset in your folder, including the file extension .txt in our case. And the dataset will be uploaded and we'll be ready to start analyzing it. As we discussed, in any R project, many different data frames or datasets can be loaded at any point in time. To prevent confusion, R always requires an exact specification of the dataset from which to take the variable to be processed. This is the case also when only one dataset is loaded into R and is our case. There are several different ways to identify the dataset with which we want R to work, but we will stick to the most basic but also the most reliable procedure, and that is to always state the dataset explicitly when referring to a variable. And as you may know by now, this is done with the use of the $sign. On the English keyboard, the $sign is inserted using the combination of character keys Shift and 4. On the Czech keyboard, the combination of the right Alt or Alt-GR or Alt-Graph on your keyboard combined with the U-ring key or the long U key will work. Hence, any variable is always referred to by stating the name of the dataset, in our case exporters, for instance on this line of code, the $, and the variable name.